Greetings everyone and welcome everyone to my new Let's Play of Trine. I'm your host just because we don't know, and well, what can I say about this game? It was made this year by the Finnish developers, Frozen Byte. I think it was released somewhere late summer or so, but I find this game quite likable. It has a special place in my heart. But let's actually just jump right into the game, shall we? I start a new game. Yes, please, right. And I'm going to be so... I have no idea why I'm doing this. I'm going to play it on the hardest difficulty. Anyways, let's dive right into the intro, shall we?
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, a kingdom was prospering. But peace could only last so long. The old king died. With no descendant to the throne, the kingdom fell into chaos. Lust for power blinded warriors and wizards alike. New kings emerged, only to fall the next day. But the madness of men would soon be overshadowed by a far greater evil. The magic that once gave life and good fortune had transformed into something sinister. One by one, grave by grave, the dead began to rise, feeding off the energy that grew stronger with each passing night. Fear spread throughout the kingdom, and it was soon abandoned. But something was about to happen that would change the course of history. On the outskirts of the kingdom, near the Astral Academy, a thief carried out her cunning plan. She had learned of an ancient object of tremendous value. The Astral Academy, left to rot in the face of the terrible enemy, had no one to keep the treasure safe. The time was right. Everything was perfect. She had made her way to the castle and would soon lay her hands on the treasure she so desired.
Well, here we are in game. We play as the thief through some sort of tutorial level. And it's actually a pretty nice tutorial which shows the different characteristics. I really love this graphic. Hey, that was interesting. I might have to add that I haven't played this game for a while, so... Whoa. So, I need to get used to the controls again and everything, but it shouldn't take too long. I don't like this fist here. Maybe with mouse 1 I can shoot my bow even if it's not necessary. Well, that was a useless contraption.
The gentle moon smiled at the thief as she made her way towards the shrine of ancient treasure. Strangely, the protective charms around the shrine allowed her to enter unharmed.
I got it.
As the thief lay her hand on the treasure, she had a tingling sensation. The thief would soon discover that fate had taken hold of her. Unknown to the thief, a wizard was just waking up. The wizard had taken a look in the spyglass and seen the terrible undead army. He was keen not to die.
By my trousers, I must escape.
He had been studying the stars and trying hard to learn the elusive fireball spell that all wizards ought to know. Of course, that was a lie. For you see, the wizard had a certain reputation with the ladies. What he had really been up to was the creation of a fake fireball potion that would have impressed the ladies and improved his status. The potion had backfired, causing a fortnight of sleep.
Ah, the little Casanova. Well, here we are with the wizard. He can make objects move and levitate, and we can also push stuff around, like this potion here. Another ability will be shown up in the other room. I don't need it yet. He is quite an interesting character, a little bit tedious in the game, but he can help a lot. Also, you were able to jump down into that pit at the hourglass, the spyglass if you want to, but you just respawn again. You can't really die in these tutorial levels. And the second ability is he can conjure boxes. Yeah, it's a great wizard ability, I have to say. And stick on the second plate. And open sesame. Of all the abilities the wizard can have, he has access to the level editor. Instead of like being able to cast magical spells, it just can spawn boxes. This game also makes use of the physics engine a lot. You can see that we have a lot of seesaws and other crap we need to manipulate to get through the level. Also, currently I can only conjure up one box at a time, but sooner or later that will change really quick. Then I'll be able to conjure I don't know how many boxes. Pew! Also, I can also conjure different sizes depending on how big I draw the square. The problem is that it's a little bit bitchy sometimes. Sometimes I need to draw.
The wizard saw a glimmering light coming from the shrine. No one had been able to visit it for centuries because of the ancient magic protecting whatever lay inside.
What I wanted to say is that sometimes the drawing is really a little bit. Sometimes a little bit picky.
My darling, why the painful look on such a pretty face? What is this object you are holding on to? How did you get here?
The wizard touched the thief's hand, and then the object. His hand got stuck.
What kind of trickery is this?
For once, the wizard was more interested in magic than anything else. He was also afraid for his dear life. But there was someone nearby who welcomed a challenge. At the other end of the Astral Academy, a knight had been practicing his own skills to battle the undead and prove himself worthy of joining the king's army. Between me and you, he did not quite understand what undead meant, but this was his chance to be the bravest knight of all. The knight felt it was his duty to protect the Astral Academy during this time of despair. He was on the lookout for anything unusual.
Yeah, that's the third last character, the knight. His character is rather thick. He's not the smartest cookie, but you can see that he's a good fighter. He has a shield and a sword, and later on he gets also other weapons. And mainly he has a sword which you can break stuff with. These bottles I, by the way, pick up are experience bottles, which, well, you can see that if I collect 50, I gain a level and can learn new abilities for my characters. Let's see. And experience bottle. I want to say that I probably don't go for 100% since the very hard difficulty will be already hard enough. So I don't really need to go for every single like item and experience bottle since that's... Whoa.
Oh! What's this?
Yeah, you can hear it. He's definitely not the smartest one. You can use the shield. It's actually not necessary here. It's mainly used for deflecting enemy projectiles and also blocking enemies.
Oh! What's going on?
Well, I don't know. What is this trickery? Ah, but I love his voice acting.
The knight saw a faint light coming from the age-old shrine. Could there be a thief? Was this the knight's day of honor? He had sworn an oath to himself to protect the shrine and the academy. Nothing could stand in his way.
What's going on?
The knight joined in, taking a firm grip of the object's third side, in a way that only a mighty warrior can.
Oh no, this doesn't bode well.
What doesn't bode well?
There was a flash of light, and the wizard, the thief, and the knight simply disappeared.
Well, what happened to those three fellas? We'll find it out in the next episode of Let's Play Trine. Je suis gauche, mais not neuf. Au revoir!